All right, hello and welcome back. We are excited. This is our second one. We had Overwatch a little bit earlier today. Our Rocket League team is just now getting ready to get into their match with Umpqua Community College, who are our friends just from down south of us. So we shall be ready to roll here pretty soon. They were able to reschedule with us. We've got a couple of players that are on some different sports teams and everything. So working around their practice schedule has been a little bit interesting, but a lot of teams have been really flexible and able to work with us. So we're super excited about that. So we'll be heading into a best of 5 once again, just like the majority of our games here. But we're heading into that lobby right now with Umpqua Community College, and so really good matchup here between the two teams. Our Rocket League team has been playing extremely well so far, as they're 3-0 in the NECC and 1-1 with a bye already here in the NJCAAE. So a lot of great stuff going on. We're really excited for this team. Their only loss so far has come from Howard Community College, which took second nationally in the national tournament last season. So obviously a really good opponent there. No dock at all on either side. And so it looks like we are heading into the first round here for our matchup today. Got immune speed when I go to game once again. So as I was saying, you're gonna have to change the scoreboard there for you. You've got Grace Harbor College in the oranges, supporting the orange jerseys, and then Umpqua supporting their blues right here. So we got those swapped around so they're not confused. Up there on the top of the scoreboard, Umpqua will be the host, but luckily the host shouldn't have too much of a difference here. It doesn't come into play too much. With, just a massive strike right there from Dinky, able to send it in, just kind of a bullet that gets right up and over Sleepy Kid. I think he was expecting a little bit more of a softer shot, wasn't quite able to get up to it. Good angle there from Dinky, but as we were saying, Umpqua's from Oregon, just south of us, so we should be able to stay on the West Coast servers the whole time, so we won't have to worry about changes or ping variation between the two teams too much. As you can see right there, pretty close with each other, so that's a really good thing to see from the teams. You get an early goal here. I guess I wouldn't say too early, it was right around that midpoint, but the first strike comes from Umpqua Community College with just a laser into the corner of the net right there from Dinky. So Grace Harbor will look to respond in that. Oh no, they're going to get sucked up a little bit on offense. Luckily it wasn't a great ball there from Umpqua, or I guess I wouldn't say a great ball, it just wasn't. I don't think they knew that they were going to commit so much from Grace Harbor College and get that open look. Oh, it's going to go off the top and be able to be pushed in there by Ahoy Ray J, or RJ, I think is what it is. So Chokers a little bit rusty here on their first match. We see that quite a bit from the Chokers. Their first match usually isn't their best. They get stronger as they go, so possibly feeling out a little bit of what Umpqua is bringing to the table here, but really got to knock that rust off here quick as they're down to a 0-2 deficit early in the match. Good save from Borowski, or would have been an 0-3 right there quick, but A lot of good stuff coming from both sides. Chokers have just got to be able to find things up on the defensive side of things. Just got to be able to make those saves when you're there and be able to keep the pressure off of your side of the field so often. Or you're going to get a look. It's got to be centered. We're going to possibly see KJ come and try and get one. Not able to do so. Borowski's going to play it off the side wall. He's going to get it centered once again. A lot of opportunities for both teams, I would say, here early in this first match. I think both teams, or first game, both teams are kind of getting warmed up, getting used to things. As you see a little bit of a miss right there. It was a good centered ball by Umpqua. Good opportunities on both sides, just kind of missing on both sides, honestly, right now. KJ just about is able to sneak it behind the Umpqua defense, but Ahoy RJ is able to get up and have enough moves just to be able to tick that off its course. KJ's going to take another shot. It's going to be just wide, though. The good thing with the Chokers, you know and you've seen historically, they're able to get some scores pretty quickly, but they're definitely going to have to pick up the pace right here as they're down 2 with less than a minute left. So you're going to want to see a score here pretty quickly if it's going to give them a chance here in game 1. Flick there from Bo, just a little bit out in front of KJ, but it is going to be centered. Bo's going to take a shot. Oh, barely. It's going to be saved there by Umpqua, so good save. I think the tale of this game just so far has been the fact that a good demo which just leaves the net wide open. So good play to kind of put the fork in it here for game 1 for Umpqua. So I think the story of this first game has just been a little bit of better play on defense from Umpqua that's led to their scoring opportunities that they have. Riverhawks are able to take the first game. It will be a best of 5 coming your way. You see a good game there from Dinky. He's able to grab 2 goals, 2 assists, go to Ahoy RJ, and you've got to see those numbers come up from the Chokers. They only get 2 shots on goal compared to the 10 that came from the Riverhawks, so really got to be able to right the ship there and get going with it. But we're going to hop straight into game 2 like we talked about. It's going to be fast-paced action. We're not going to need to change any of the servers at any time, so they should be just continuing to roll through and roll through and roll through and go pretty quickly here in these matches. So we talked about it. Not a lot of shots, literally only 2 on goal for the Chokers, so those numbers have definitely got to come up. They've got to be able to knock the rust off here early. It'll be a big boost to them if they're able to get up to a lead first here for the Chokers. They've got a good look at it. He was looking for maybe the double touch right there off the backboard, not able to connect on it. KJ's going to get a ball centered, so at least you're seeing a couple of opportunities there early for the Chokers, so that's good to see from them. As KJ gets a good ball right there. Oh boy, top corner, just not able to connect on a really great shot from Dinky there from the Riverhawks. KJ, or Sleepy Kid, sorry, he's going to try and go up and over Umpqua. KJ's going to follow it up behind, gets a bounce pass into the back of the net. So there's what we talked about, a good potent offense from the Chokers. They just have to get rolling. I think half the time they got to wake up after the first game, but I do know that they like to kind of try and figure out and feel out what's going from the other team, what their strategies are, and all sorts of stuff in the first game. So hopefully they figure some things out there and they're able to get going early here in game 2. We saw how good that Riverhawks team is, and they go early for KJ with the demo right there, and a good shot from Dinky. Borowski's just not able to be able to get there in time. So a demolition puts them down in numbers, but the Chokers have got to be able to shore up some of those rotation issues that they have here early. I think we're pushing a little bit too hard on the offensive side of things, and Riverhawks are seeing the open goal and taking those long shots and being able to connect on it. So Chokers have got to be able to shore that up as you get a basically a double block right there, a double save from the Chokers as KJ and Sleepy Kid are both there. So that's good to see from the defensive side of things, but I really want to see the Chokers start to flourish on both sides of the ball, not just offensively. You get a demo there from Borowski, who's going to put the Chokers up a number. They're not able to get the ball on their side of the field to be able to take advantage of it, but at least they were able to kind of thwart the offense there from Riverhawks. You get a little bit of a give and go right there from Sleepy and KJ. Doesn't quite pan out for him, but I really like the play call right there. Is it going to be too high? It is going to be a little bit too high. And the Riverhawks are just there. The defense is just a little bit more solid from the Riverhawks right now. It's making the difference in the game. So going to have to get a little bit more creative with things are the Chokers. Good demo there from Sleepy Kid. It puts the numbers on the Chokers side of things, so you want to start taking some shots with them down a member. But it looks like actually the member that was down came and respawned right in perfect position to be able to go and get a stop. I can tell you that the Chokers are starting to figure out the tactics a little bit here of the Riverhawks. As you see, a lot of times they're going for those shots from the side. They're trying to send the ball and see if they can get a bang in. And the other players are looking to try and bump the Chokers out of the way of the goal. So be on the lookout for that and see how Grace Harbor is able to kind of counteract that action that's going down. Save there from KJ, gets the ball on the Riverhawks side of the field. They're able to play a little bit of pinball right there. So Riverhawks have really some phenomenal passing going on. You see a lot of juggling happening where they're just kind of sitting there with the ball, waiting for their next teammate to come through. A great pass in the middle and a good strike there from the Riverhawks. So the Chokers have really got to start to get on their A game here with communication, with rotations, as the Riverhawks are definitely all in sync with each other. So got to get on the same level with them here. There it was, you saw it come into play right there. Umpqua really likes to use those bumps to their advantage. Even when they're not playing the ball, they know that if they can bump the Chokers out of the way, it puts them at a really big disadvantage rotation position-wise. So you've got to be able to figure out a way to get around them. Oh my goodness, a double demo there from Deadly Bite, and the Riverhawks are not able to connect on the shot with it. It left the goal wide open. The ball just wasn't in a good spot for him, so Chokers get a little bit lucky right there. Oh! Thought KJ was going to have a good angle there to take a deep shot, but was not able to do so. Oh, and a great score again from Dinky. So Chokers are down 3-1 with a minute 6 on the clock. Don't necessarily want to get down 0-2, but we've seen the Chokers come back from 0-2 before, so it's not a knife in the coffin kind of thing. But you want to see the Chokers start to respond here. The match has definitely been dominated by Umpqua the whole time. Better defense, better rotation, better communication, better shots. You've got to be able to start to even that stuff out, especially going forward in the match. And you got to get your rust knocked off right here. We've seen a lot of good play from the Chokers so far, but you can definitely tell that they're just a little out of sync right now. So once that clicks, though, we've seen the high potent offense from the Chokers, and I have no doubt that they can still come back in this game and in the match in general. So we will see. That's just not able to connect on that. It's just things that you haven't quite seen from the Chokers a lot this year. From Sleepy, KJ, or Borowski. Usually when they go up in the air and they've got a good angle at it, what you see is the majority of the time them being able to connect on those shots. And Sleepy goes up to try and contest, and it's just underneath, and so Riverhawks kind of running away with this one right here. They take the first game 3-1, they take this game. Oh, I forgot to update the scoreboard. Let's get that updated for you all watching out there, as Umpqua did take the first game if you're just tuning in with us. So the Chokers have got to start to get some momentum going this way. This game's kind of starting to run out of hands here, but it does not mean that a couple of goals here late in the game can't kind of carry over into the next one and get some momentum going for you. Got to really start to right the ship here, stop the bleeding, and figure out how to fix and adjust to this Umpqua Riverhawks team that's really playing a phenomenal game in front of them. KJ's going to have an open look, tries to go for the double touch, is not able to do so. Just a little bit off, and so timer's going to run down. I think ball's going to hit the ground right there, so Umpqua will be able to grab the second game victory there also. So go up to a little bit of a stronghold here on the Chokers. They're up 0-2 early. Ooh, just about accidentally left out of the lobby right there. Mouse is a little quick for me sometimes. But once again, you're looking at the shot differences, and you got 3 for the Chokers, where you got 11 coming in from Umpqua. So really have to work on that. We've got to start being able to create some offense. And when you create that offense and you get those shots going the other way, you don't have so much pressure on you on the defensive side of things. There's not going to be as many shots coming from the Riverhawks in the same area. Oh. There we go. All right, now we got things figured out. I was accidentally joined on the team. Glad I was able to get that changed. I got a little bit of panic right there, but ooh, an early save from KJ, just a really great save. Ball was basically all the way but into the goal, but you're gonna get a good shot there from Umpqua again. So better rotation, better defense here to start game 3 for the Chokers, and you've already had 2 big saves. But we talked about the shot differential from the 2 teams. We've got to be able to get that a little bit better. I think they were +7 on shots on us last game, so already up 2 shots on us. We've got to be able to try and change that narrative. You're going to get a long shot from Umpqua. It's just going to be off, so Chokers get lucky there. Ball's going to be centered. You've got to be able to get up and play with the Riverhawks. They're able to do so. Not a good angle for the next shot, so Chokers are surviving, but boy, they are getting a lot of shots on goal here as Umpqua. Want to start creating a little bit of offensive pressure of your own here for the Chokers. They're able to get the ball on the other side of the field, but almost instantaneously every time that they put it down there, the Riverhawks have been able to get it back on their side of the field. Borowski's able to get it up and over the Riverhawks, tries to get a flick over the last defender, not able to do so. A little bit of miscommunication there between KJ and Sleepy. They run into each other and leave a ball wide open and the net wide open there for the Riverhawks. You see them run into each other right there. So that's that little bit that we're talking about. Chokers a little bit off their game today. Not as good communication as you see right there. But like we talked about, it just takes one play, one goal to be able to flip that switch for them and really get them back onto the right side of things here in the match. Good center ball there from the Riverhawks, not able to connect on it. Chokers are looking to try and take advantage. They're going to have the numbers here. Gets it up and over. It's going to be a center ball again. Borowski's going to try and go up with Dinky, but just doesn't have enough boost to be able to compete with them up in the air. Sleepy's going to have an open look here at the net. Just doesn't have a good enough angle to be able to get it there. KJ's going to try and do everything he can to keep the ball on this side of the field. They want to create the pressure on the Riverhawks. Good shot, but great save from Deadly Bite right there. And the tail of the tape has just still been that offensive pressure brought by the Riverhawks. More shots on goal, more pressure, more time of possession with the ball on their opponent's side of the field. So the Chokers have got to be able in the next 2 minutes and 20 seconds correct that, kind of change the narrative right here and see if they can get a shot, get some pressure, and get some momentum going their way. Oh, Sleepy just gets enough of it there to be able to bang it off the crossbar. So lucky enough for them, they're going to be able to get a save. I thought they were going to be able to turn it into an offensive push right there for him, but Riverhawks quickly thwart that, get an open goal, and they're going to bang it into the back of the net. So go up 2-0 with just under 2 minutes left to go here. really a fantastic showing of teamwork really from the Riverhawks going on. Great rotation, great communication that you can tell just by watching things, and they really have a lot of stuff figured out in their strategy and their rotations, and they kind of know how to go about taking this juggernaut of offense from GHC. Oh, and KJ's gonna get just enough to go up and over, but they really slowed down the offense of GHC so far. But we talked about it. It can take just one shot, one little flip of the switch to be able to get everything going the right way again for GHC, and that could be the one that they needed here as KJ is able to get a deep shot going. Might be that they're looking for a little bit more of that as they see a lot of offense coming from the Riverhawks, which means that they're definitely pushing on that side of the field. So the deep shots, the long shots, the full court shots, or full field shots, whatever you want to call it, could be the MO here for the rest of the match with the Chokers. So it looked like Diki was trying to make a good pass here for the Riverhawks. KJ was just able to get up and defend it well enough. KJ's going to get a ball centered. Borowski's, not going to be able to get up and do anything with it. So an option, a chance right there, not able to go in. KJ's going to take a deep shot. Deadly Bite's going to be there to stop it once again. KJ's going to try and go for another double touch. Oh my goodness. Just not able to make it. And KJ's going to get a great pass to Sleepy Kid right there. So good job. And that's what we talked about. When you keep the pressure on, when you keep the ball on their side of the field, you can finally take advantage of the rotations that they misrotate on or whatever. You've seen that all match so far from the Riverhawks. The time of possession has been in their favor. So if you can just get some pressure on their side of the field, keep the ball over there, a hole is going to open up and you're going to be able to take advantage of it. So the game is all tied up. You got 40 seconds left here on the clock. So it's going to be and instantly from this great Riverhawks team, they take the momentum that the Chokers have just built up coming back down from 0-2 and just throw it off to the side. Hopefully Chokers are able to respond right here. It's always tough when you take a punch to the jaw if you come right back into the match, but if there is an offense out here that is able to do so, it is definitely the Chokers from Grays Harbor College. As we see quick scores from them all over the place this season. So Riverhawks are just going to try and keep the ball on this side of the field, but it could open up some long shots that we've seen earlier there from KJ. Borowski's going to get a flip. Oh, and Dinky is just there to keep it over, so KJ's going to try and see if maybe he can get an opening here for the Chokers. Going to get a little bit of a flip. It's going to go up and over, but Dinky there with another great save. It's going to open up a shot for him. He's going to drive it to the back of the net, and I think that is going to be the dagger, as you really can't get to the ball quick enough in these two kickoffs to be able to get 2 more goals with only 2 seconds left on the clock. So Umpqua comes out ready to roll from the get-go. And it just seems like the Chokers were just a little bit off of their game today, as they're not even going to get a chance there for a shot in general. So something that it hasn't really been heard of much this season for the Chokers, as their only other loss that comes from the sweep is from that fantastic Howard Community College team that has a good historic name and run to them. Comes another sweep here for the Chokers, so just an unfortunate really match for them. Go up against a really great team from Umpqua Community College, not taking anything away from them at all. Fully expect to see them really making good pushes and making really good strides towards the playoffs and such. But Chokers fall to a 1-2 record in the NJCAAE, so definitely not out of it, but definitely have to start crawling back into things, winning some good games and all that kind of stuff, and taking down some top competitors for the playoffs hopes to stay alive for the NJCAAE. But really just a kind of an off day here for an off day for the Chokers, as typically you see them have a really great match and really communicating well, clicking on all the same page. Not the case today, and that happens. You're going to see that all across competition. No matter what sport you are in, you're going to have some days that just aren't your day, and I think today just wasn't the Chokers' day. So they look to bounce back tomorrow in the NECC and stay undefeated in that conference. So we'll see how they're able to do that. So make sure that you check in tomorrow on the social medias and see how they are doing and what comes from their matches tomorrow. But most importantly, as always, We just want to thank you so much for joining us, for hanging out with us, and hopefully we'll be able to see you back here tomorrow for Rainbow Six, Wednesday for Smash Bros, and then if you're a Rocket League connoisseur like I am, you're back here again next Monday. Probably be looking on the lookout for this later time as we're going forward for the season, as we've got practices and matches and games and all that stuff for other sports going on for our players. But we hope to see you back here. Thank you so much for your support, for your views, for your likes, all of that. And we will see you next time.